At the iconic Plaza Hotel, royalty arrives in a cardigan and sneakers.
Welcome to the Plaza, Shirley Temple King.
Thank you.
The Shirley Temple King. He needs no introduction to his nearly 300,000 Instagram fans.
Just enough grenadine, just enough ice.
6-year-old Leo Kelly shares his refined taste.
It's good, but it's not wowing me.
For one specific cocktail.
I like the classic way of making it.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale, roses, grenadine, 3 cherries, served on ice in the environmentally friendly way, in a glass with a reusable straw.
It actually tastes like the ones that I make.
His scoring scale, tougher than most.
Most people rate their drinks like 1 to 10, but what is your scale?
Not 1 to 9.5, because it's impossible to get the perfect Shirley Temple.
As for today's,
I would give it a 9.1.
a high score from a small connoisseur.
Are you going to add other drinks? Or are you going to just stick with Shirley's?
I think I'm going to stick with Shirley's, but also go undercover.
Service industry beware. Best to make Shirley Temples fit for a king.
On a dreary Chicago day, all the colors of the rainbow brighten the halls of Horace Mann Elementary. Because 8-year-old Reese Seiler's coming back to school. It's a super special surprise rainbow parade for this courageous 3rd grader battling brain cancer for the last year and a half. Feel like a rock star?
Mm-hmm.
Just this week, he rang the hospital bell signifying the end of chemotherapy.
Ringing good and hard.
Then each grade decked out in a different color to welcome him back. I'm in red too. Can I be in kindergarten? Did you scream?
Yes.
What's it like having him back?
It feels great, and he fought a lot.
Why the rainbow? Because all the colors are Reese's favorite color. Somewhere over that rainbow, the dreams that you dream really do come true.
It's hard to imagine a better destination for a postal truck filled with Valentines than a land known for love.
Call you sweetheart.
This is Loveland, Colorado.
Oh, here we go.
Where each year thousands choose to send their Valentine cards so volunteers can hand stamp them with a loving message.
We're stamping.
Before sending them on to their final destinations.
It's like a room full of grandparents on steroids.
About 50 volunteers gather each February to stamp more than 100,000 Valentines.
I love being Cupid for 2 weeks. Hit it over here.
Joan Williams started stamping 28 years ago, something she first dreamed of doing when she was 12.
That's just because I thought it was such a thing, being loved.
A few of the cards are en route to retired Marine Bill White, who at the age of 104 asked people to send him Valentines. The response, more than 100,000 have arrived.
This is something that happens to one person probably only once in his life.
While most sent their love letters directly to Bill, a few wanted their cards to get a stamp from Loveland, a place proudly serving as a pit stop on the road of love. It's not easy to watch.
You don't even do anything.
An Australian boy's agony recorded and posted online, collecting more than 23 million views.
And this is the impact bullying has on a 9-year-old kid that just wants to go to school, get an education, and have fun.
Quaden Bales was born with a form of dwarfism. His mother says the bullying gets so bad, Quaden is considered suicide. They shared this video to raise awareness, and so far the response has been overwhelming.
Quaden, you are stronger than you know, mate. And no matter what, you got a friend in me. So everyone, let's please be kind to each other.
From fellow Australian Hugh Jackman to actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It's going to get better.
All kinds of stars are sending messages of support, including comedian Brad Williams, who also has dwarfism. He started a GoFundMe page raising money to send Quaden to Disneyland. The goal was $10,000. They've raised more than $375,000.
He said it was going from the worst day of his life to the best day of his life, so I think that sums it up perfectly.
Quaden first made headlines in 2016, speaking out about bullying. 4 years later, it's clear his mission is far from over, as he told an Australian station.
You get bullied to stand up for yourself and don't listen what did I say.
Now he's got an army of supporters standing right beside him.
There's a new firefighter in town. 5-year-old Noah Woods.
This is how I got burned.
You got burned right here.
Noah's family was asleep Sunday. His mom, Tabitha, awakened by their barking dog. Then she saw smoke coming from Noah's room.
I was so scared that they were still trapped in there.
But Noah knew exactly what to do.
How did you get your sister out?
I picked her up.
You picked her up? And carried her out the window?
Yeah.
In the end, the whole family made it out alive. Turns out his mom had been teaching him fire safety all along.
So we had to make sure he knew to go to the window, stay low to the ground from smoke, do not touch doorknobs.
Now, a new holiday here for the brave little boy who faced fire and won.
With the end of the game closing in, South Dakota senior Gabe Smith got the pass and took the shot. Gabe, who has Down syndrome, loves few things more than playing basketball with his team.
He likes to shoot threes and he loves Steph Curry.
Missing the three-pointer might have been the risk he'd always regret, but what happened next made it a victory he'll always remember. A player on the opposing team rebounds the ball and instead of taking it down the court, passes Gabe a second chance. Sinking the shot just in the nick of time.
Mostly just made me feel proud of him because that shot doesn't go in without putting in the work that he's obviously put in.
Gabe's team won the game, but the scoreboard couldn't capture the bigger triumph.
It's great to see those kids showing their sportsmanship and to realize that it's more than just about basketball. It's more than just a game.
Kindness won this game by a long shot. Major League Baseball for Rachel Balkovitz was a field of dreams, just not coming true.
Nice job. I applied for a bunch of jobs and just got crickets, nothing back.
The strength coach wondered if her hurdle was her gender, so she changed the name on her resume from Rachel to Ray. The calls came, but offers didn't.
He just said, I'm really sorry. I really would like to hire you, but our administration said that we're not going to hire a woman.
But she kept her eye on the professional ball, breaking through in the minor leagues with the St. Louis Cardinals, later the Astros, plus earning 2 Masters.
It's an advantage that I was discriminated against because I had to work harder.
Now Balkovitz making history, becoming one of the first women hired by a major league team to work as a full-time hitting coach in the minors.
Nice job.
You spent an hour with Rachel. You understand her value.
This season, she's one of 3 female hires in the MLB, and Balkovitz says there are more ceilings to be cracked.
Just do that.
It feels like this is your dream job, is it?
It's my dream to be able to empower people. And so, yeah. Baseball is the vehicle for empowering other people.
A dream job in a more inclusive playing field.
The summit of horror. Thursday's interstate inferno was seen and felt for miles. Oh! With a nerve-shattering explosion, onlookers witnessed an overturned semi hauling 4,000 gallons of jet fuel, erupting like an off-ramp volcano. Searing flames and thick smoke poured out, engulfing the overpass.
It's going to explode again.
Police say the driver escaped the initial crash, but took the full force of the explosion.
I see a man running out of it on fire. His hair, his clothes, everything was on fire.
Holly McNally was driving home from a nearby hospital after visiting her 4-day-old infant son in the NICU. Instead of trying to get away, the new mom rushed toward the driver with 2 other Samaritans.
There was a fire, and I said, we have got to go or we're not going to make it. 45 seconds after that, there was a huge second explosion, and we could feel the heat.
Tonight, the driver remains in critical condition, severely burned, but alive, thanks to a brave act.
I had just left my baby that I got to bring into this world, and I didn't want to see a life go out of this world if I could do anything at all to help.
The profound power of a mother's will.
It was a shot 4 years in the making. And Stewie Thalbloom nailed it. The crowd erupting in pure joy, rushing the court to embrace him.
It's really surreal. I'm humbled to have the opportunity and to be able to have students around me who all rally together, and that's just our school.
Stewie spent 4 years on the sidelines as the team manager for the Dublin High School Gales in Northern California, always ready with a towel, water, or a kind word.
I do it just because I love that group of guys, and that's the only reason that I ever will do it.
His dedication endearing him to players and fans alike.
Stewie's one of a kind. The kids love him, and he's a real integral part of our team.
That's in.
All season, Coach Tom Costello hoped to find a way to show Stewie what he meant to the team. On Friday, with the Gales ahead, Coach Costello saw his moment.
And the chance started coming, and I said, hey, go get ready.
He put Stewie in the game for the first time ever.
And as a parent, you dream of this. We're just so proud of him, and we know how hard he worked.
Tonight, the high school senior, a hometown hero.
I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little bit of a tear. I mean, that was one of the most important 3 points of my life.
After sinking a three-pointer that was nothing but net and a whole lot of love.
Walking the beat, Honorary Officer Carter Escobar of the Fort Worth Police. A kitty cop dedicated to fighting crime and his own rare cancer.
I, Officer Carter Escobar.
With all his friends watching, today's swearing-in checked off another item on the 9-year-old's bucket list. He's been in a Ferrari, chowed down at the Waffle House, spent the day as school principal, and shot hoops with the big kids. Even got a shout-out from Shaq.
Carter Escobar!
Mom Rachel says the adventures are helping keep Carter's spirits up.
Keep him as happy and feeling good as possible. Just try to say yes to as much as we can.
This young man who always wanted to be a cop today got to ride in a police chopper. He won't be making any real arrests, but he's dedicated to slapping the cuffs on cancer.
Atlanta's Pace Academy varsity basketball coach Charmin White had a surprise for the team manager last week.
We got senior night coming up. This man has been faithful, more faithful than anybody I know as a manager. He's been great. So we're going to reward you senior night. You're dressing out with us senior night.
Daniel Luck was told to suit up. His teammates model. Basketball managers keep stats, hand out towels. Playing is for the stars.
Yes, sir!
Come game night, with victory in hand and the fans chanting his name, Daniel took the floor. Fakes the guy guarding him out of his shoes and drains a three-pointer. Team managers love the game, they love their schools, and expect nothing in return. Said Daniel, it was the best moment of his life.
Stand clear. It's been a sci-fi promise for generations. The jetpack worn by the Rocketeer, James Bond, even those Mandalorians.
I gotta get one of those.
But what just happened in the real world with this rocket pack takes human flight to new jaw-dropping heights. That's pilot Vince Raffay in the first vertical takeoff of its kind from Dubai, shooting up nearly a mile high before pulling a chute. A dramatic breakthrough in the sensational history of humans strapping jets to their bodies going back more than a half a century. Who can forget the 1984 Olympic Games or last year's Bastille Day in France? Every year, more and more people seeing dreams of Iron Man coming to life. And while spectacular, those smaller wingless suits are limited in how fast and far they can fly, while Dubai's Jetmen team has been focused on speed and distance. Launching themselves from helicopters before supermaning through canyons and alongside airliners. Up until today, their jet wing was too powerful to launch from the ground, but now showing off mankind's new ability to step off into the sky.
8-year-old Nike could fill an album with family photos, but these special moments of holidays and vacations are with a foster family.
We got him when he was 4. He showed up at our doorstep at midnight, and we've had him ever since.
I thought I would never get adopted.
But they didn't know if they could have him forever. Not until Monday.
And this time, I am officially granting the adoption.
300 people packed in a Texas courtroom to see the family pledge to Nike. His second-grade class, church friends, even a superhero, signed swag from his favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys, and T-shirts merging the names of Mom and Dad David and Christy Schwartz and Nike's love of Star Wars. May the Schwartz be with you.
It was very special. It was surreal.
The big event likely added a few new pages to Nike's family album.
To see every one of those people in that courtroom is his family. He knows now.
Awesomeness, and awesomeness feels like happiness. Happiness feels like joyfulness.
And a first official picture of what home looks like.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.